Hello, this is Shazad Sheikh, Motoring Middle East, and behind me you can see the 2014 Porsche Macan Turbo. Let's have a walk around this thing. So first up, there's the boot. I can open the boot with the key, which is right here in my hand, and that will open up to reveal in all its glory a 500-litre boot. Obviously there's fold-down seats and a divider thing that you can then adjust to give you the sort of space you want. I can't close it with the key, so instead I'll use this button here. While that's closing, we'll step back to have a look at this car. I think it's actually a really good looking car, considering this is based on a humble Audi Q5 platform. I think they've done a really good job. It's very sleek, very suave, very elegant in fact. I'm not sure about those massive cartoony 21-inch wheels though, but I think their options, the standard 19s, would probably look better and also give it a better ride. Those are the rear seats. Best left to children and maybe adults for short journeys. I could probably fit, but I'd be a bit claustrophobic considering my tall height. Coming around the front, oh no, that's not bad build quality or anything like that. That's just me having left the bonnet open because I wanted to just try and open this up and show you what's underneath. That is a 3.6 litre V6 twin turbo, putting out 400 horsepower and 406 pound-foot of torque, which should be plenty in a car like this, except that it weighs nearly 2 tons. So let's just open up the door and have a look inside. This will be very familiar to people that own current Porsches. Inside, of course, you have that center console, which was introduced in the Panamera and now has pretty much made its way into all of the cars. We can turn it on by the ignition switch, which is on this side, which is typical to Porsches. And you can see the traditional dash layout, the 2 analog dials, and the right, which is adjustable with all of these different displays, including the sat-nav trip, tire pressure monitor, and I quite like this one actually. What this does, because this is obviously an all-wheel drive car, it shows you the torque split between the front and the back once you're going in little orange pips. Steering wheel, it's got a few little controls on here. I quite like this feature, which is an open slot in the middle of the spoke. Not sure what it does, probably nothing I suspect, but it looks quite nice. And this has got proper pedal shifts, plus and minus one on each side. Excuse me there. Central dashboard. You have the screen, which is a touch screen now. You can do all the usual things, the Bluetooth it up, sat nav, entertainment, all the rest of it. Air conditioning, climate control, set to automatic. Struggled a little bit in the heat that we're having, but we are reaching temperatures of over 40 degrees. It took a while for it to get down to a decent temperature over here. Pretensions to sportiness, sport button, sport plus, 2 suspension settings, and you can lower the ride height. In fact, if you press the sport button, it puts it into its first suspension setting, as well as, of course, impacting the gearbox ratios. If you put into Sports Plus, it puts it into second suspension setting, but also reduces the ride height of the car. We'll actually just switch all of that off, if you don't mind. Over here, we have this button, which is a stop-start, which I always turn off because I hate that, and the off-road button, which actually raises the height of the car. Gearbox is a 7-speed DCT automatic. Struggling with this particular car. I think it's having an issue coming out first and second gear in slow traffic, but I must ask Porsche about this. I've not experienced that before on a PDK, which is normally an excellent gearbox. CD slot for you there. And over here, ashtray on a modern car. How about that? Glove box, and overall generally very nice fit and finish, beautiful build quality, just as you would expect from a contemporary Porsche. So what do I think about this car? There is an issue that I have with this car. Now let me just get my diary that I've got over here so I can tell you that the price of this car is dirhams 348,900, which equates to about $95,000. For about 10,000 dirhams less, you can get a Porsche Cayenne GTS with a V8 engine and 420 horsepower. So I have a slight issue there. Also because I think the Cayenne actually is a more entertaining car to really drive hard, which may sound a bit odd since it's a bigger car, but I think the torque vectoring works really well in that car. Also, I think the performance on this car is not as much as you would think considering the power output figures that you get. Overall though, it's another good proposition for sure. It'll sell really well. It's a compact SUV with the Porsche badge on it. Let's see how it does. Read the full review, mine and my colleague Imtishan's, which is already posted on motoringme.com. See you there.